So I started filming this as like an Instagram story slide, and I got to have like a really pretty sparkly filter over it and was loving it. But my phone just could not keep up with what I was saying, or maybe I was being censored. I don't know what was happening. I just decided I was gonna break out the big guns, my big camera. No guns. I feel like everything's being listened to nowadays. No, I don't mean actual guns. I mean my camera. Hello starlets, I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to inspire you to be the star of your own life. And this video is going to be a little bit different because, again, like I said, this was initially going to be just kind of a rant on my Instagram slides. Just something I felt passionate enough about that I was like, you know what, I kind of would rather it have more of a permanent place in my social media scheme of things. So this is just going to be me talking to you about something that honestly I've been seeing happen a lot lately. It's a pattern that's been happening, and I feel like it gets worse every time that it happens, and I just felt like I really need to speak on it. I don't usually get very political, although this isn't really about politics, but it kind of is, because it's just not, it hasn't been the focus of my channel in the past, and I'll be totally honest with you, I really don't like arguing with people. Like I don't like conflict and stuff. So, but one thing I am extremely passionate about, it's been a passion of mine for a long time now, is freedom of speech and freedom of expression. I worked as a stand-up comedian for 15 years. And I know when I say that, I always feel like, oh, everyone's gonna expect me to be funny after this. I'm not here to be funny. I'm just here to talk to you about this. But for me, I don't think you can be in comedy and not have a huge passion for being able to speak your mind. And a huge part of my YouTube channel is being really honest with you. My Instagram platform is me being very honest and vulnerable with you, which I want to start bringing more of that to my YouTube channel. And I'm very, very passionate about being open and honest and speaking your mind. Now that said, I follow a lot of different people on my social media platforms. I have a lot of different interests, and I have a lot of various beliefs, and I follow a wide variety of people. I follow a lot of people who despise each other. You know what I mean? Like I follow a lot of people who have certain beliefs, who think that the other people that I follow are pure evil, right? And I follow people for different reasons. You know, there's some people who I follow because I like love their creative expression, but when they do mention politics or something, I'm just like, or there's some people I follow who I love their politics, but like sometimes I don't like the way they present it, but I like their message. And you know, there are people who I follow who I agree with like 90% of what they share, and the other 10% I'm like, no. But I firmly believe in their right to say it. Like, look, for me, freedom of speech means that I don't necessarily have to like what you have to say, and I don't have to support what you have to say, but I believe in your right to say it. And I believe that very strongly. Because I do this, because I have such a, like this sort of wide range of people that I follow, I feel like it gives me a sort of unique and sort of like zoomed out perspective when some things happen and people start taking sides on certain issues. I get to see kind of the big picture, so to speak. And one of the things that I've noticed, the trend pattern that I've been noticing happen, and it's been really, really evident right now, specifically with what's going on with the Instagram link button. And those of you that haven't heard what's going on, apparently a lot of creators got a message that as of a certain date, they were going to lose their access to the link button in their stories. And the reasoning was due to too many violations, which, I'll be honest with you, I feel like sounds kind of sketchy, because it's like, if you think someone's had too many violations and you want to take away their rights, why wouldn't you do it immediately? Like, why would you give them to a certain date? I don't know, that just, it sounds weird to me. But I know a lot of people that got this message. Full disclosure, I did not get this message. You know, as of filming this, maybe I will at some point, I don't know. And I don't know what the criteria was for people that got this message. Maybe they're rolling it out and a lot of people are gonna get this message. Maybe it's just people who have a certain number of violations, I don't know. I've only ever had one Instagram story slide taken down. That was a while ago, and they claimed it was like solicitation of sex, which I was literally like, ew, like that is so not what I was trying to do. And I was like, read that wrong, Instagram, that was not the message. And I find it ironic because the photo that I used in that story is a photo that I have posted on my feed on Instagram, and it still lives on my feed on Instagram. So apparently it was Not a problem when it was on my feed, but it was a problem in my stories. I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works. I don't get it, but it is what it is. So I've seen a lot of people get really pissed off about the losing the link in their stories. And the thing that I've noticed is that the people that got this message that they were losing their link access were a wide variety of people. Like people on very, very different sides of a lot of issues. But they all acted as if it was like just them and like just their community, right? They didn't actually pay enough attention to the fact that like, no, there were a lot of other people that were getting this message. It was not just one group of people. And that concerns me because I think it points out a couple things that I think are really dangerous. One, I think it points out that a lot of people are only following people who they fully support and who believe the exact same thing that they believe. And I get it. Look, it's natural to want a community. It's natural to want to follow people who you feel like you connect with. It's natural to want to, you know, be able to connect with people who you feel like you can express yourself without the arguments, to not constantly want conflict, to feel, again, like you found your people and your community. And I get that 100%. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just when you put up blinders so much that you can't see anything else around you, that's where it gets dangerous, I think, for yourself and for society as a whole. When you just cannot see anything else in any other perspective because you're just so narrow because you only surround yourself with people who think exactly like you. The next thing that I think that concerns me a lot is how quickly people were jumping into victim mode. How quickly it was that like, I'm the victim, Instagram is doing this to me or to my community and it's just my people, and it's like oh no, I'm being so persecuted and these people in my group are being so persecuted, and they jump so quickly to that. And look, I understand that, you know, when these changes happen, like if people who have built their business, their brand, their following, they make money through social media, any kind of change like this can severely affect your business, your income, and that can be really scary. And I am absolutely not shaming anybody for worrying about how this affects them. I totally think that you're valid in feeling that way. But when you don't, you're so blinded by that you constantly feel like this is only happening to you and it's not happening to these other people that don't think the way I do, because you're so caught up in like you and your own people and you don't see it happening to somebody else, that just causes further divide, which our society is already divided enough, because you constantly see the other people as the enemy. It's like, well, they're the bad guys, like they get to post what they want. And it's like no, those people are getting the same notices that you're getting. Like they're pissed off because they think you get to post what you want and they're being censored. And you know what happens? Nobody pays attention to the people doing the censoring. You just keep blaming the other person and everybody just goes back and forth. And look, I know where I align politically. I know where my beliefs fall. But I gotta be honest, I'm calling out both sides of this. Like 100%. Like the left and the right, the conservative, the liberal. Did I do that? Left, right. Yeah, that's right. And then conservative. No, conservative is right. And conservative is right, and left is liberal. That's the way you do. I actually used to have a bit about that in my comedy act or whatever, because you look at it, you're like, okay, left is left, the L is liberal. Okay, there you go. This might be flipped on camera, so you may have no idea what I'm talking about, but whatever. Anyway, I'm calling out both sides because I feel like when you go from like the side that thinks that they're woke and needs to be woke, and then you go to the side that's like, oh, we're awake and we're totally awake, but yet neither side is actually paying attention to the people who are doing the censoring. Like it is not the other side that is the problem. It's the people doing the censoring. It's the people in power. It's not the other people who are being, you know, victimized or however you want to view it. They're not the problem. It's the people doing the censoring, you know. And look, I don't have a definitive solution to this at all. Okay, I'm very pro freedom of speech, and you know, I am very pro people being open-minded to what other people believe. I think people are allowed to own their beliefs. I think you should own your feelings if you're going through feelings about this. I just don't think constantly blaming each side is doing any good. And if anything, it just benefits the people who are really oppressing us, really, or the oppressors, or however you want to view it. I have a few theories about what Instagram is actually doing. The reasons why they did this, and but to be totally honest with you, they're just theories. Some may even call them conspiracies. I don't know. But yeah, I have theories about it, but I don't really know what's going on or what's happening. I don't know if it's going to personally affect me or if it's not. I actually wouldn't be surprised if they didn't take the button away from everybody. Just saying. I don't know. Or maybe there'll be such an uproar that they won't, and maybe this was just a scare tactic, or maybe it was a glitch. I've heard people say it's a glitch. I don't know. I mean, it's like, instead of being awoke or awake, just wake up, you know? I mean, I don't know. And this is more ranty, and again, I wanted to do this on my Instagram slides with a bunch of pretty filters, but this obviously was so long that my phone just couldn't handle this. So that's just my thoughts on this. And you know, I didn't make this video because I wanted to shame anybody or attack anybody, because I think a lot of people are guilty of this, but this was just really weighing on my heart, and I just really couldn't not speak about it, because I just think that this is so much bigger than what anybody really, what I even know. So yeah, I hope that if you get anything from this message, it's to just wake up. I guess that's all I can say. And yeah, this was just my rant. Thank you for, if you're still with me, thank you for sticking with me. And if you enjoyed this video, and give it a thumbs up if you agreed. If you disagree, I'm sure you'll give it a thumbs down. I don't have to tell you. So hopefully you enjoy this kind of content. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to follow me on Instagram for as long as Instagram is a thing, the links to all my social media will be in the description box below. I'm hoping to make more content for YouTube as well. So you can subscribe to my channel here. And thank you guys so much for watching, and hope you join me next time.